So this is one such poem which deals with the philosophy of justice. The author, he is talking about the justice that people need. Justice today is in demand, but people are not getting it in time. When the food is bad, then there is discontent. We are not happy with the food. Similarly, justice. Justice, the judgments or the acts, the rules, which are created to give justice to people, but they are made without love for people. Hello students, I am Anil, Assistant Professor of English, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. In this session, we are going to look at a poem, The Bread of the People, for the students of B.Ca. second semester. The poem is about justice and bread, The Bread of the People by Bertolt Brecht. In this session, we are going to look at the poet, the theme of the poem, the summary of the poem, and some of the new words which are there in the poem. Bertolt Brecht is a German and he is an English poet. He is well versed with German theatre and also he is a playwright and a poet. He has also given significant contribution to political and social philosophy. So this is one such poem which deals with the philosophy of justice and philosophy of hunger and justice combined. So the theme of the poem is, the author, he is talking about the justice that people need. Justice today is in demand, but people are not getting it in time. There is a saying which indicates justice delayed is justice denied. So how is this related to this poem? How is he trying to give an idea of justice and hunger? We will see it through the poem. The poem starts like this. Justice is the bread of the people. Food is essential for everybody. Similarly, justice. So justice is the bread of the people. Sometimes it's plentiful, sometimes it's scarce, sometimes it's scarce. So here he says, justice is the bread. Justice is the bread. It is sometimes plentiful, sometimes scarce. So there is too much sometimes and there is a little sometimes. Sometimes it tastes good, sometimes just like food, sometimes justice tastes good and sometimes it tastes bad. Sometimes these decisions of judgment or justice, they taste bad. When the bread is scarce, there is hunger. When the food is limited, there is still hunger, craving for it or the need for it. When the bread is bad, there is discontent. So he says, when the bread is bad, there is discontent. So you have to imagine a comparison between food and justice. So he says, when the food is good but little, then there is hunger. When the food is bad, then there is discontent. We are not happy with the food. Similarly, justice. He's comparing justice and food. I hope you are getting an idea how the poet is comparing justice and food. Moving further, he says, throw away the bad justice. Discard the food which is bad, and similarly, bad justice. Baked without love, needed without knowledge. So justice, the judgments or the acts, the rules, which are created to give justice to people, but they are made without love for people, without the knowledge, without much examination. If such thing is baked, then throw it away. Justice without flavor with a grey crust. A grey crust means something which has fungus on it. When the bread is not good, it is kept for too long and it is bad. You can see the grey crust on it. Similarly, he says, justice without flavor, food without taste, or food which is spoiled, or the judgment which has a fault, then throw it away. The stale justice which comes too late, justice delayed is justice denied. So that is what he says, the stale justice which comes too late. If the bread is good and plentiful, the rest of the meal can be excused, isn't it? If you have food, good food, a lot of good food, if you are satisfied, if your hunger is quenched, your hunger is taken care of, then you can excuse the remaining amount of the food. Justice is also like that. So he compares food and justice. He says, if the food is bad, throw it away. If the justice is bad, discard it. If the food is not good, then you are not happy. Similarly, justice. If you are served food very late, if the justice is served very late, then it is of no use. Going on, he says, as daily bread is necessary, so is daily justice. So justice is not about one point of time. It's like daily need. It is like food, which we need it daily. It is even necessary several times a day. Yes, justice is also necessary several times a day. Discrimination, crime, fight, and things like that, they need judgments and right judgments, justice. So justice is required daily. From morning till night, at work, at enjoying oneself, at work, which is an enjoyment. So in all these places, we need justice. Like food, wherever we go, we need food. And wherever you are, you need justice. To live happily, to have enjoyment of life, we need justice. In hard times, in happy times, the people requires the plentiful, wholesome daily bread of justice. So in all these situations, in hard times also people need justice. In happy times also we need justice. The people require plentiful, not the limited amount of justice. Right amount of justice is what people require in wholesome, like daily bread of justice. Since the bread of justice is so important, who shall bake it? The question is, since the bread of justice is so important, who shall bake it? Who should prepare this bread of justice? Who should prepare it? The bakers, the mother, the father, children, people who? Who has to bake it with knowledge and love? Who should prepare this justice? The answer is very simple. Who bakes the other bread? Who bakes the bread of justice and who bakes the other bread? Like the other bread, the bread of justice must be baked by the people. Our system of justice or the system of judgment should be baked with love and knowledge by our own people, not in a limited quantity, in plentiful and wholesome and daily. It is not a day's work. We have to do it daily, just like preparing food daily. Through this, the poet is making people understand that the need of justice is like the need for food. We need food to nourish our body daily. We need good food to be happy. We need sufficient amount of food to keep ourselves happy. Similarly is the justice. We need justice daily. We need justice in the right way, good amount of justice, and justice in time. So that is the summary of the poem, but it has a strong message to the readers, to you people, to us all. With these things kept in mind, we can say that Bertolt Brecht has given us a wonderful poem to understand the concepts of hunger and justice, the food and justice. Justice is compared to food, and how food is important to keep our body healthy, so is justice to keep our happiness healthy. So with this, we will end this session. We shall meet in the next class. Thank you.